Hey guys, it's Leah from Language for the Playground, here to share with you today's 2-minute tip on how to have an effective language lesson. So, your first tip today is one, you need to pick your targets before you do any other things. Like, you don't go to Pinterest and go, oh, this activity's super cute, I need to make my targets and I don't know if they are fit to it. No, you need to know what you're going to do before you do anything else. So this is where you look at the standardized assessments, your language samples, collect your data, know where you're going with it, and then get the ball rolling. So after you know, okay, today I'm working on prepositions, or today we're working on noun modifiers, things like that, then you can move forward. So that's your first tip, is to pick your targets first. Your next tip is that you want to select materials, so your toys, your crayons, whatever you're going to use, that specifically elicit your target. So if you're working on noun modifiers and you want the child to be using colors as those modifiers, a good activity would be to have crayons involved because there are a lot of different colors. But if you get something that's all white, like I can't think of anything. My brain is like so programmed to finding things with colors, I can't think of something not with colors. Just something that's all one color, like, okay, well, that doesn't fit is you're going to play an iPad and it has an app, but you're trying to elicit noun modifiers of colors. Like, it just doesn't really fit. The iPad can be used for something, just not for what you're going to do that day. So you need, second tip, you need to select materials that will elicit your language target. Your next tip, oops, that was annoying, is to control the materials during the activity. So back to the crayon scenario, let's say you want to specifically have the child request different crayons, and that's where they're asking for the colors of the crayons. If you just put out in the middle of the table a bowl of crayons that the child can reach without any help or anything, how are you going to get them talking? They'll just take what they want because it makes sense. Something's within my reach, therefore I can access it. So you really need to control your materials. So if you want the child to be talking about the crayons, you have the crayons right here in front of you. Like, these are my crayons, and you can ask for them, but I'm in control of the material. Now, I do want children to be naturally engaged, but when you're being really specific about a target, you have to be specific about how you use your materials. And if your materials are free game, then you can't use them how you want to. Your fourth tip is to use multiple strategies during your activity to really drive home the language target. So I'm going to be using, for example, language prompting and that scaffolded language model while I'm eliciting the utterances. And then at the same time, in between those language opportunities for the child, I'm going to be using auditory bombardment just to reinforce everything that we've been going over. And I'll use acoustic highlighting just so that environmentally the child is getting a lot more of the language target, and it's not just what they are producing, but they're being exposed to it. So that's your fourth tip. Your fifth and last tip is to make it fun and positive. So yes, back to tip number 3. You want to control your excuse me, super bad allergies. You want to control your materials so that the activity goes the way you want, but if it's this really authoritarian dictator, I'm in control of everything, I can't go with the flow while also incorporating my language targets, then it's going to be not fun. So make it positive and fun. So this is where you use your clinical judgment. How can I stay in control of what's going on and be adaptable with the materials I have, but keep it really fun and positive. And then with that, you always, always, always want to end your session and your language activity on a positive note. So the child is successful with that last request for the crayons, or, if you're playing a game, the child is happy when they leave, not mad, and because you want this to be associated as a positive experience. So maybe at the last second, when you look at the clock and go, oh, I gotta wrap this up now, and the child's been kind of struggling, I would back off onto a simpler language target. So just so that the child can be successful at that very last moment before they head back to class, or before you have to go and make dinner and you wanted playing with your child to be a positive experience. So those are your 5 tips. I'll go over them again super quick. 1, select your targets first. 2, select the materials that will elicit your target. 3, control your materials and know how you're going to do that. 4, have multiple strategies ready to use during the activity. And then 5, keep it fun and positive and end on a positive note. For more information, check out my website, languagefortheplayground.com. And if you have any questions of anything I referenced in this video, please head on over there because I actually explain it all, like auditory bombardment and acoustic highlighting and language prompting. It's all there, so I hope you'll check it out. Thanks for tuning in with me, and I look forward to hearing from you.